I have a movie idea. Hear me out. So there's this young delivery truck driver, and every day he stops at the same house because there's a young woman who makes him a sandwich and gives him a water. So kind. They like each other, but they don't know it yet. Well, one day he shows up at her house at the usual time, but something is off. For the first time in months, she's not waiting outside for him. He gets out of his truck and goes to knock on the door, but the door is cracked open. Worried and confused, he's about to call out her name when somebody taps him on the shoulder. It was her. She says, "I'm sorry, I had a super busy day and I'll see you tomorrow," and basically rushes back into her house. Okay. So he gets back in his truck and drives off. A few streets down, he has to slam on the brake. That same woman, covered in bruises and crying, is standing in the middle of the road trying to get him to stop. He runs out and says, "What happened? I just saw you." This is what she said. "That wasn't me. That was my twin sister. She thinks she got rid of me. She wants to take my life." Acting normal, he goes back to the house. An identical woman opens the door. He asks, "Do you have a twin?" And she says, "I do, but she wants my life. She's crazy. You can't trust her." So which one is the woman that he's known for months? Who should he believe? Does he fall in love with the wrong one? I have a movie idea. Hear me out. After a long day of work in a very big city, two strangers had the same idea. Find some random bar and get a drink. The guy is tall, dark, and handsome. And the woman is beautiful, confident, and mysterious. No wonder they caught each other's eye. He buys her a few drinks. She plays hard to get. The classic rom-com scenario. Clearly they want each other, but not in the way that you think. There's just one minor little detail that they both share in common that they don't know about each other yet. And that is that they're both serial killers. He is the ideal target for her, and she is the ideal target for him. The guy usually waits till the woman falls in love with him before he kills her. And the girl does the same thing. So what happens when two serial killers start dating? Will they ever find out about each other? Will they try to kill each other at the same time? Does one of them get caught? Or do they fall in love and never kill again? I need a job. I have a movie idea. Hear me out. 4 normal people. 4 complete strangers. But they're all about to have one thing in common. All 4 of them are on their way to interview for the same job. The company they all already work for has notified them discreetly that there is a new position available. Now they don't know what the job is. All they know is they'd be making a lot more money. One by one, they get gathered into a room that they didn't even know the building had. Nervous and waiting in silence, all of a sudden, a strange woman walks through the door. And when she starts speaking, they all wish they never showed up. She says, "Thank you all for coming. Each of you is here for a reason. We believe each of you has what it takes for this new position. We've been watching you, and we know everything about you. 3 of you will be leaving today with a new classified position, but 1 of you will be leaving with the police. 1 of you has committed an unforgivable crime. You now have 3 hours to decide which one of you is not innocent. Choose wisely." What happens if they choose the wrong guy? Will someone innocent go to jail? And will one of them get away with it? Netflix! I have a movie idea! I just submitted this idea to the Netflix contest if you want to check it out, but I wanted to explain the idea. So hear me out. What if there really were parallel universes? What if you're alive in another universe, living a completely different life? So there's this girl. She's young, she's in college, she's living a pretty normal life. But then one day she wakes up in a strange place. She walks back home, confused and concerned. She can't find her phone, she can't find her keys, but luckily the front door to her place was unlocked. And when she walks in, she comes face to face with herself. Obviously, they both freak out. After finally calming down and asking each other lots of questions, they figured something out. The girl woke up in a parallel universe. Now they're both fighting to live in the same reality. Will she ever get home? Does she even want to go back? How is this even possible? And soon they will find out that only one of them can survive in each reality. Yo, I really want to win this contest. I have a movie idea. Hear me out. So there's this girl, right? And she just turned 16. This girl just so happens to be the daughter of a very wealthy and famous family. So of course the news of her birthday was posted all over social media. But exactly 1 week after her birthday, she gets kidnapped by a young man in his 20s. As soon as the guy gets her and him to a safe hidden location, he takes the covering off her head. And his first words to her are, "I can't believe that I finally found you." The girl immediately starts to panic. Quickly, the guy unties her hands and tries to let her know that he's not there to hurt her, but he's there to prove to her that the family she's with now isn't her real family, that they kidnapped her when she was just a baby, and he is her real brother who's been trying to find her for years. I need a job, Netflix! I have a movie idea. I know it's been a little bit, but I'm back. So hear me out. A young woman has spent basically her entire life in the mental hospital. But while she's in the hospital, she gets pregnant and has a baby boy. Soon after his birth, she begins to act normal and stable, so she gets released to raise him. But by the boy's 18th birthday, his mother is very ill. So he went to go visit her, maybe for the last time. But before he left, her last words to him were, "I'm not as crazy as everyone says I am. Trace my steps and come and find me." What? The next day, she died. He wasn't there for the death, and she wanted a closed casket funeral. But her words kept playing in his mind. Come and find me. So he kind of sort of did something really illegal. He dug up her grave. Inside, he found nothing but her mental hospital bracelet from years ago. So he does what she says. He checks himself into the mental hospital and begins to trace her steps. Is his mother alive? Is this some sort of sick game she's playing? Are there more clues within the hospital walls? Or did the pain of her death cause him to lose it?